this is one of the biggest topics that I think impacts the most retirees. The people who are still working have all this money, their life savings in a 401k. If you're 25 years old, it's great. If you're 35 years old, it's great. If you're 45 years old, it's great. But once you hit 60, there's this sense I think people have that the 401k is this safe thing and they're doing the right thing. And in fact, as we're going to talk about today, it becomes your enemy. And we're going to talk about that. There are some solutions, how to protect your 401k. Best practices, if you will. I feel like most people don't know about this, and it's one of the reasons why we started this podcast, to alert people to the problems that are out there in the industry. This is one of the biggest, and I can't wait to get to it today. So we're talking about 401k and the danger in 401ks. We have seen this our entire career. People don't realize it. They have this innate thought that everything in their 401k is fine, and it is if they're 25, 35, 45, but once they reach 60, it's seriously a problem, and we see it every day.
Yep.
So in 2014, I'm just going to show this white paper really fast. These two guys, Michael Kitces, if you're a financial advisor, everybody in the world who's an advisor knows Michael Kitces. Most people, though, don't take the time to get into the work of the co-author of this white paper, which was published in 2014, Dr. Pfau. This guy is awesome. He thinks exactly. He has taught us a lot about how we plan for retirement. Our AIM retirement system is based a lot around his work. And, searching for white papers on the internet for work like this is a little bit daunting until he came out with his retirement planning guidebook, which is like my Bible, But anyway, this paper changed everything for us and how we plan. And at the crux of this paper is basically what he says. Returns experienced in the fragile decade around retirement date matter a great deal more than the retirees realize. And we see that.
It's true.
We will pull up a person's 401k. They're 63 years old. They're about a year away from retirement. And we show them, did you realize this could potentially happen to your 401k in the next year or two? We see it. And he is right. And most people don't realize it. And here he is, this great, he's a CFA. He's trying to let people know about this. And our job here today is to show people why it's a problem. This is based off of his work. We've talked about the retirement danger zone. So what he's saying, that fragile decade, it's that red section of the screen. That is what we used to show at seminars, right?
Yep.
We'd put on an hour-and-a-half seminar. We'd show 45 slides. And inevitably, they'd only remember one thing. They'd come up to us, Brooke, and say, what? They'd say, am I in the danger zone? I think I'm in the danger zone.
Yeah.
But it's really critical. So people need to understand this 10-year period, 5 years before you retire, 5 years after, you cannot afford to lose money. Period. End of story. So we developed this formula, and it's part of our AIM retirement system. Okay, the AIM retirement system actually is centered around a lot of things that Dr. Wade actually talks about. And I think this is one of the keys. And so basically what this shows is when you're 30 years from retirement, you invest like a crazy person, right?
Yep.
But what happens when you turn 60? What should you be doing?
You need to not lose money. You need to be conservative.
You just can't. So you have to change. You have to change how you're investing. But again, people, if they're retiring at 65, don't have the ability to change. They just have this 401k, and we're going to show them the solution to that today. But this graph shows like danger. So when you're young, be crazy. When you get to 60, don't lose money.